So what exactly is keto? Why is it such a popular diet? In this video, we're going to dive into not only the keto diet, but what ketosis is and how you can utilize that information to make better decisions about your diet. Before we actually dive into keto, it's important to understand macronutrients first. All of your daily calories come in either the form of carbs, fats, or proteins. The standard American diet is high in simple, refined carbohydrates, which spike glucose levels and lead to increases in insulin resistance. In the short term, these spikes can cause us to feel lethargic and less satiated. Over time, this way of eating can lead to weight gain, diabetes, inflammation, and yes, even depression. So that's where the keto diet comes in. A ketogenic diet involves skewing the distribution of calories so that you're eating lots of fats, moderate amounts of protein, and very few carbs. The end result is your body entering what's called nutritional ketosis, which is a metabolic state where your body starts producing energy from stored fat instead of carbohydrates. The reason why you want to limit carbs to achieve ketosis is that if given the choice between carbohydrates and fat, your body will naturally want to burn carbs first because they're easier to break down. So ketosis is achieved naturally when your body has depleted its carbohydrate sources of energy. This metabolic shift happens usually between 2 and 4 days of carbohydrate restriction, which for most people involves eating between 20 and 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. Now, why would someone want to eat this way? Well, one major reason is weight loss. The hormone leptin plays a big role in maintaining satiety, or the body's feeling of fullness. Leptin resistance is often seen with high sugar diets, which is one of the reasons why you might feel hungry a couple hours after eating a really big carb-heavy meal. When in a state of ketosis, leptin levels increase and insulin levels decrease, which helps you stay fuller longer. In addition, high levels of leptin actually modulate the dopamine response that we get from food. So we actually don't derive as much pleasure from eating. We don't get as many rewards from it psychologically. Keto has also been shown to increase mitochondrial biogenesis, leading to increases in energy, enhanced focus, and better learning and memory consolidation. High-fat diets have even been shown to slow down neurodegeneration in Alzheimer's patients and decrease symptoms for patients suffering from epilepsy. However, it's important to note that a medical ketogenic diet is a lot different than a regular keto diet because it usually involves a higher ratio of fat, so it might not be as useful for someone who's just looking to lose weight or increase athletic or cognitive performance. With all of the purported benefits of a keto diet, it's also important that we mention some of the drawbacks that have been seen. Consuming a very low amount of carbohydrates might cause you to become sluggish or feel sick at first, especially as your gut bacteria adjust to this new diet. There are, of course, ways of circumventing this unpleasant transition period through the use of exogenous ketones or ketone esters, most of which are available at your local supplement or health food store. Similarly, breaking ketosis after you've achieved it can also have some adverse effects, with some people reporting that they feel lethargic or even violently ill from consuming even a moderate amount of carbohydrates. Many people struggle to sustain a keto diet because it starts to turn into this thing where everything in your life revolves around food and whether or not you can or can't have something. There also isn't enough research out there to say whether or not keto is effective long term. Some studies have shown that the loss of lean muscle mass accounts for a significant percentage of the total weight lost on keto, which means that instead of losing fat, you're actually losing lean muscle mass. However, other studies and anecdotal evidence suggest that this isn't the case, and that keto can be not only an effective means of weight loss, but also athletic performance and recovery. It also seems that the effectiveness of keto could be largely determined by your DNA. For example, if your ancestors lived in Northern Europe, they might have been following a keto diet without even realizing it. Their food choices would have been limited to meats, nuts, seeds, and cruciferous vegetables. On the other hand, if your ancestors lived closer to the equator, they probably would have had access to fruits and vegetables that were higher in carbohydrates. Things like bananas, mangoes, and citrus fruits. This might explain, at least in part, why some people are able to get great results on a keto diet, while others really struggle. So if you're considering a keto diet, it might be worthwhile to dig into your ancestry a bit and figure out what your ancestors actually ate. And as with any diet, it's important to consult a medical professional before you dive in head first. And this is especially relevant if you have type 1 diabetes, if you have gallbladder, kidney, liver disease, or if you're just taking any special medications. There is no one-size-fits-all diet, but if we can do our homework, listen to perspectives that might differ from our own, and be willing to experiment with new approaches to health and fitness, we can find the things that work for us. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this video useful. I'll leave some extra resources about keto diets and ketosis in general in the description below. And as always, happy hacking.